And a state of emergency has been declared overnight in Turkey following a powerful earthquake which has hit a wide area in the southeast of the country, near to the border with Syria.
Yes, more than 500 people have been killed, more than 3,000 injured. The 7.8 magnitude tremor struck before dawn and was followed by a number of aftershocks. Rescue workers are combing through the rubble of collapsed buildings where many remain trapped. The tremor was felt as far away as Lebanon and Cyprus.
We're getting new figures all the time. It's clearly a very, very serious situation. Manaza Rafiq has the latest for us.
As millions slept, the ground shook. Rescuers raced to the scene as the horror quickly emerged. Videos show survivors picking through rubble of collapsed buildings in freezing conditions. The epicenter is close to the Turkish city of Gaziantep, where eyewitnesses described people rushing towards open spaces as three massive tremors hit. Building after building flattened. The governor of one Turkish province says at least 130 buildings are reported to have collapsed in his region alone. The worst damage appears to be across a huge area of southern Turkey and northern Syria, the latter already a region devastated by war and home to millions of refugees living in camps. Turkey lies on major fault lines and is prone to frequent earthquakes. The country has appealed for international help as the full scale of the disaster is yet to be fully realised. Manaza Rafiq, BBC News.
We can get the very latest now from our Middle East correspondent, Lena Sinjab, who joins us live from Beirut. And Lena, the pictures are terrible, the figures are terrifying. Can you just bring us up to date? Because you felt the earthquake where you are as well.
Definitely, it was really the early hours of the morning around 3:17 when I just felt my whole building shaking. That felt as if it was going to collapse. Luckily, this didn't happen in this part of the region. As much as Lebanon felt it, it was like hit hard in Turkey and Syria. It all started in the province of Gaziantep in Turkey, and it was like massive scale that shook many buildings, and people are still on the rubble. The rescue operation is ongoing. Turkey has announced a state of an emergency and called for international assistance. This is a country that is, prone to earthquake and have, prepared itself for it. They have the infrastructure, they have the preparation. They've learned it by living it in the past, and yet they are calling for assistance. And northern Syria is a different scenario because this is an opposition-controlled area with infrastructure that's been damaged and destroyed by government and Russian warplanes over the past decade of the war in Syria, and only a handful of international organizations of Syrian expats and Syrian experts who are trying to help there. Syrian American Medical Association already announced that 6 of its hospitals have been destroyed, and other hospitals are overwhelmed with people. More than 200 people already died there, and 600 are injured. So it's a massive situation in an area that is already poor and is filled with, refugees and IDPs, with the little facilities and little infrastructure. On the government side in Syria, they've also announced that, the situation is dire. They have more than 200 people announced dead. And, just a few minutes ago, there were pictures coming in of more buildings collapsing where people are still inside them. So unfortunately, this is a story that we are going to, follow over the hours that is coming, with only bad news to come, and hoping for some good news for the rescue operation to help people out of rubbles alive.